Everyone has one, but why do we need it? The brain, a strange organ of soft tissue located in the head of most animals. It's made up of a special cell type called neurons, which allow electrical impulses to pass through them, transmitting signals from all over the body, creating an overall network known as the nervous system. Brains allow us to move, sense, learn, and sleep, along with basic functions like keeping our heart pumping. But how have we evolved these energy-consuming, ridiculously complex structures? The evolutionary story starts with the cnidarians, a group including jellyfish and corals. Instead of brains, they have a simple nerve net, which is basically just a network of neurons spread evenly around their bodies, allowing them to respond to physical contact, as well as detect food and chemicals. These aquatic creatures were thought to have diverged from sponges around 1500 million years ago. Sponges lack a nervous system, but have DNA similar to that making up the nerve net in cnidarians. The brain didn't really come into its own until neurons started to cluster in one specific area in the body. Sense organs, like the ears, nose, and eyes, also grouped together close by, first developing in flatworms. Flatworms have primitive eyes formed either side of the mouth, linking to dense clusters of neurons known as ganglia. This became the head of the worm, and over time evolved into the differing varieties of brains found in animals today, allowing more complex life forms that could react quickly to changing surroundings and coordinate their actions. So although most animals need a brain, some actually lose their brain when they mature. These include sea squirts, which ingest their brain once they attach to a surface, as their sedentary lifestyle means they no longer need it. For other animals, though, having a well-equipped brain can be a matter of life or death, with survival being a constant fight of who can outwit who. But what actually makes for an intelligent brain? Professor Armand Leroi is here to explain why size doesn't matter as much as we think.
Brains, more or less, have evolved repeatedly throughout the animal kingdom. And there's one place where they've evolved at a level that is almost as sophisticated as some vertebrates, and that's namely in the cephalopods, the squid and the octopi. It's a case in which the brain has evolved completely independently from vertebrates to almost an equivalent level of complexity, and yet when you actually look at the structure of it, you see that it's quite different.
Independent evolution has tackled brain structure very differently in the case of the giant squid, which has a small yet complex brain, bizarrely shaped like a donut, with the digestive tract passing right through the hole in the middle. This design means all food must first be ground up so as not to cause brain damage. Crows have a tiny brain, yet are one of the smartest animals with an amazing memory, reasoning skills, and the ability to craft tools to access food. Dolphins actually have bigger brains than us, and are thought to be self-aware, shown in this two-way mirror experiment. But they're not quite up to our level when it comes to complex thinking. The human brain may in fact be the weirdest of them all. We have high intellect, an ability to think, feel, and reason.
It is possibly the thing that makes us human. There is this immense blob of tissue in our heads, which is more spectacular than anything else in the animal kingdom.
Our brains differ to other animals in terms of their sheer complexity, something which not even the smartest of our species have yet to figure out. They are very energy costly, taking up around 20% of oxygen consumption. Primates in general have brains nearly double what is expected for mammals of the same body size. Over around 7 million years, the human brain has continued this trend by tripling in size, with most of that action happening in the last 1.9 million years. In the frontal area, the region in charge of speech and language has grown a significant amount to account for our shift to speaking as our main form of communication. Many think that diet is the main reason for our current brain size, with food processing and the invention of cooking actually allowing our brain to function at a higher capacity, and allowing more time to expand other regions rather than focusing on digestion. So are our brains still growing? Professor Leroi has his own theory on what the future of the human brain looks like.
Frankly, biological evolution of humans, especially neural evolution of humans, is simply beside the point. I fully expect to find my brain uploaded to the cloud. And I will live there with my friends happily, at least until somebody pulls the plug.
So there we have it. Who really knows what form the future brain will take?